And like I mentioned, there is a ton to get into. So let's get into it. First, congratulations to our Oklahoma Sooners being 2-0 and proving a lot of people wrong. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but if you tuned in to our live show last Thursday, I predicted this score exactly right and got a little bit of ridicule for thinking that Oklahoma would win by double digits. I literally guessed 24-13. You can go back and watch it. We clipped it. Go back and watch the clip. It's on social media. And so just got to toot my own horn there. But no, it really was the way that I anticipated Oklahoma would have to win this game. And we're going to get into some of that, but they won by getting out ahead and starting off on the right pace, and then just maintaining and understanding how to maintain. Don't just go into the 4-minute offense when you're up 14-0. That's what you could get into a lot of trouble doing, and Oklahoma fans are a little too familiar with coaches that liked to get in there and start to run that 4-minute offense maybe a little too soon. And we've been scarred in the past with coaches that like to do so, but instead go in there and just understand how to maintain. Keep on driving down the field, keep on finding ways to get chunk plays here and there, but you don't have to keep on scoring. You just have to keep the ball away from them. And then, of course, that 8.5-minute drive, man. And I was teasing. I went to the game with my cousin, took her with me, and I told her, I said, hey, how great would it be right now just for a nice, long, close to 9-minute drive right here to close out this game? And then kick a field goal and hit my prediction exactly right on the dot. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I mean, I feel like that was a little prophetic just because I felt like that was just the formula to win this game. And I have to give it to Ben Arbuckle. I have to give it to Brent Venables. Called a beautiful game this past weekend. And just real quick on my thoughts on the game. First, defense. Defense was as advertised. I don't think any Oklahoma fan walked away from that feeling like the defense missed on the mark. I really don't. I don't think that was the case at all. And, we're going to get to a little bit of that. We can't get to quite as much as I would love to get into in the film, but I mean, it's, man, I think when you look at what that defense did out there, they did what they needed to do. The first thing that we mentioned, the first thing that I think most media was mentioning was that you have to get back and disrupt Bryce Underwood. You have to make him look like a true freshman quarterback, and that's exactly what Brent Venables and this defense did. They went in there and they attacked him. They made him feel extremely uncomfortable, and they put pressure on him nonstop. First, Michigan fans that are saying that they should have thrown the ball down the field more, maybe that it was scared play calling. Listen, it wasn't scared play calling. It wasn't that they should have done this even more. He just could not find anything. First, he didn't have time. And second, I mean, when he did throw it downfield, it was into coverage. The only time that the downfield pass really worked was when I'm drawing a blank on his first name, but McCauley ended up drawing in just a beautiful catch, mossed one of the defenders, and that was one that I actually wanted to use as a little bit of defense didn't do bad there. I think that was Robert Spears-Jennings. He caught it right over the top of Robert Spears-Jennings. Again, not really a good throw. It wasn't good touch. It shouldn't have really gone there because it was into coverage. Should have been probably intercepted or at least batted down at the very least, but just an incredible catch. So that was the best downfield throw that we saw from Bryce Underwood. So I don't really agree with Michigan fans that think that Bryce Underwood should have thrown the ball even more. I don't see that. He was not very good when he was throwing it downfield. He was throwing it to ghosts. It looked like he was just throwing it out there for anyone to go grab. And so ultimately it would just fell down to, we have to get him comfortable with some of these screen plays, and we have to get those to work to open up the middle of the field. And Oklahoma sniffed it out. Again, we'll get to some of that. But, just when Bryce Underwood got opportunities to throw the ball down the field, he didn't do well with it. He didn't do well at all. And so really good on Brent Venables and this defense. Really, all 11 guys, I mean, however many guys played on defense, they all deserve some credit because they all did their part. I don't know of any single one of them that really did bad. There was only one bad play. Again, we'll probably dive into that. But Bryce Underwood was held down to 9 for 24, 38%, just under 38%, I believe. Only 142 passing yards. And no touchdowns either. That is about as good as you can draw it up to keep them down 142 passing yards against a generational quarterback, against the best 5-star quarterback that we have ever seen walk this planet. Now, I'm over exaggerating because there are some that have over exaggerated that way, but I mean, he is a good quarterback. I don't want anyone to go back and look at this and just say, oh, Bryce Underwood has nothing going for him. He didn't perform well, but that was just because this defense performed that much better. And for any Michigan fans saying that they lost the game more than Oklahoma won it, no, that's not true. Go back from the first snap of the game and you can tell, maybe not the first snap because Oklahoma started off kind of slow and then all of a sudden there was a big gain. First snap of the game on defense, at least for Oklahoma, or the one that I really noticed was the first time that Oklahoma kicked it off. You just saw an aggression about Oklahoma. And any time that you see that with that type of aggression and a good type of aggression, not the type of aggression that goes off and gets you penalties or anything, but that aggression just shows how badly you want to win a game. And that's exactly what I saw from Oklahoma right away in this game. They wanted it more. They went out there and they earned it. So, I will say this defense only got 1 sack, but they were putting pressure on Bryce Underwood nonstop. They were constant with it.